Patrick Klepek, let's get into the news. So this was actually announced a little over a week ago. But I'm reading here from Deadline.com. I think this is a pretty big deal. Duffer Brothers closed 4-year film, TV, and streaming mega deal with Paramount and set Netflix exit. Reading here from the story, the new Paramount owned by Skydance has made it official that Stranger Things architects, the Duffer Brothers, and their Upside Down Pictures label are officially coming over to the Melrose Ave lot in a wide-ranging 4-year exclusive deal for features, television, and streaming projects. The big plus here for the Duffers is that they now get to make movies for the big screen. Their new deal at Paramount starts at the end of their current deal with Netflix in April of 2026. At the end of their Netflix deal, the Duffer Brothers will remain involved in Stranger Things and other existing projects in development at Netflix. The multi-Emmy nominated Duffers will write, direct, and produce feature films, TV, and original series for Paramount Pictures, Paramount Television, and Paramount Direct to Consumer. That's everyone's favorite brand, Patrick. Paramount Direct to Consumer.
I was thinking about getting a tattoo of that. My wife told me, "Come on, that's just too far."
They also gave quotes about how excited they are.
Oh, I bet they did.
Matt and Ross Duffer said, "We couldn't be more thrilled to be joining the Paramount family. David, Josh, and Dana are passionate about bringing bold original films to the big screen. To be part of that mission is not just exciting; it's the fulfillment of a lifelong dream." They go on, but then I'm going to also quote what they said about Netflix. "Our time at Netflix has been incredible. Ted, Bela, and Peter have given us the kind of creative freedom and support that artists dream of but so rarely receive. A decade in, they are family. We're excited to continue collaborating not only on the release of Stranger Things 5, but also on shows we're deeply proud of producing, including Something Very Bad Is Going to Happen and The Burrows. And we look forward to building out the future of Stranger Things together. There are many more stories to tell beyond Hawkins, and we can't wait to share them," end quote, the brothers added. They're like family. The family that you leave behind in search for more favorable financial and also exhibition terms. But yes, this is a huge deal. It's a kind of feather on the cap for this whole Paramount Skydance thing, right? Like David Ellison is deeply involved with this. He is the new head of the combined Skydance Paramount entity, which recently passed and is now like final, basically. So Patrick Klepek, you are a huge fan of the Stranger Things brothers and the work that they've done. Curious what your thoughts were on this mega deal over at Paramount.
Color me slightly skeptical on the actual output of this deal. I feel this is strong echoes of the Game of Thrones team signing a mega deal with Netflix and producing very little in terms of output. I think this is, Stranger Things is coming to an end. Paramount Skydance wants to sign some really top tier talent, and this was an instance where maybe they'll produce a movie or some TV. I'm sure they'll do stuff. They're a very productive, creative duo, and I like a lot of what they have made and been involved in. But I don't know. There's a little bit of this is the fun part of a merger closing, is that you get to spend a ton of money and nobody gets to get mad at you because nothing's underperformed at the box office.
Right.
Yet. Nothing's gone under budget. No show or movie has entered sort of development hell. But you get to sign a bunch of cool deals, do some fun pie in the sky interviews about the stuff we might do. But it's the actual doing is where the answers to this will lie. And so I'm happy for these folks because they've had Stranger Things had its up and downs, but I really liked last season. I'm very much looking forward to this season. So, I hope they make more stuff, and I'd love to see their stuff on the big screen. That is one of my big knocks against Netflix. Personally, I just saw K-pop Demon Hunters on the big screen with my 5-year-old, and it was excuse my language, fucking awesome experience. Like it was. And it was in an awful theater. Like it's one of the the Cinemark that is close to us is garbage town. Like it is as bad as a theater experience gets these days. And yet it was so cool to be in an audience watching that film with a bunch of energetic young people. And so I still believe in the beauty and the magic of a big screen and a communal experience at a theater. I hope the Duffer Brothers get to do something cool in that realm. But if the cynical part of me looks at this and wonders, was this just right time, right place? And they know not that they won't try to create stuff, but I wouldn't be shocked if the output of this is pretty small and the check that is signed is very big.
Well, I think that cynicism is fair, Patrick Klepek. I would say that I would be shocked if we didn't see at least one theatrical release from them, because they lead with it as the reason they're going to Paramount.
It sounds like they want to make a movie or two, and then they'll produce a bunch of other stuff, slap our name on, some other projects. Not that they won't be like involved or want it to be good, but I agree with you. This really feels like when you want to make a movie that has like a red carpet and like it's got a big opening day box office, and we've shown that Stranger Things has turned into, and again, I like Stranger Things, but the last season were just movies delivered episodically, and they know how to do it. So there's every reason to believe that they could make a pretty spectacular looking film. Now, granted, they would have to do that within 90 minutes to 2 hours, as opposed to the eight and a half hours they get across the Stranger Things season. But I think they have the creative chops to do it. And I'd love to see their work on the big screen.
Yeah. And yes, they have these very kind words to say about the Netflix people in their statement, but there is kind of some shade because Netflix in general does not like releasing things in theaters. The heads of Netflix have come out and said they don't really believe in it. They believe it is an outmoded method of watching things. Their business benefits when things aren't in theaters in general. Mm-hmm. And so, but there's a lot of people who are artists that still believe in the theatrical experience. And the Duffer Brothers appear to be some of them. And so I do think like the fact that is the reason they're positioning that as the primary reason that they're going over to Paramount. It does make me wonder if Netflix had a less militant line about this, whether they wouldn't be going over to Paramount. You know what I'm saying? Like if Netflix had said, hey, yes, you want theatrical releases? Why not? I mean, we have seen that movies that are on Netflix can actually do well at the box office. K-pop Demon Hunters being an example, right?
Netflix looks like in physical pain when they grant concessions to creatives. Like they did it once with, Knives Out. There's been points of contention over the upcoming Greta Gerwig Narnia adaptation having an IMAX run. Like it feels as though they are pulling out a knife and like physically hurting themselves when they consider a theatrical adaptation. Because
or put differently, like only the highest of the high A-list level directors are able to. Martin Scorsese with The Irishman as well. Like only the highest of the high A-list directors are able to possibly eke it out of them.
And it's a concession. It is not something they're excited about.
They're not excited about it. Yeah.
And they're not giving it a full-throated, we're going to make sure this is a successful. It's like, sure, I guess we'll accidentally upload it to the AMC servers. Like that's the sense that I get from Netflix, because, we've talked about this before. Their business benefits from the death of movie theaters. Yeah. And that is the bottom line on Netflix's tension with theatrical.
Yeah. Yeah. So huge deal for the Duffer Brothers. We'll see what comes of it, but it does make me wonder about an alternate reality where Netflix is not necessarily like every movie gets a theatrical release, but maybe they're open to it sometimes. Like every now and then they'll get a theatrical release.
Yeah, maybe one of the creatives that have been like a defining part of Netflix's success over the last decade, like Stranger Things, like not even they can get, hey, like let's back channel to the rest of Hollywood.
Right.
No one else is getting this, but we're going to grant the Duffer Brothers like a full-fledged movie that kind of how Apple has actually done what I think people would like Netflix to do. Go look at F1, right? F1 is going to end somewhere around $500 to $600 million worldwide, like successful, celebrated box office run, like genuine hit. And it's going pay and rent on Apple TV, like, their services to buy movies, the iTunes equivalent. And it's not even streaming on Apple TV yet. Like there's a glide path where like you can get so much extra money and attention and for Oscar runs, but Netflix just doesn't care. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it.
It's almost like this windowing system that's worked in Hollywood for decades and it has reached everyone, might actually be a reasonable business model sometimes.
Yeah, that's almost like Marvel saying like, we were trying to reinvent TV and then decided we should just make TV shows. Turns out people have been doing that for a while. That's crazy talk, David.
Hey everyone, David Chen here. Thank you so much for watching that video from Decoding TV. If you want to get an audio version of the show, all you got to do is go to podcast.decodingtv.com. And if you want to support what we do, get ad-free episodes of the podcast and also bonus episodes of the podcast, go to decodingtv.com and become a paid member. Of course, you can also like and subscribe for more. We appreciate it. Thanks. See you later.